What's up, everybody? It's your main man Bennett back here and again, and welcome to the Not Your Mama's Fantasy Football League Volume 3, The Revenge Year. That's right. Welcome back to another Power Rankings video. You may have noticed the production has changed. I got a microphone over here. Let's bring the microphone set up here. We got a mic. Probably just messed with it too much. Got a new camera playing with, trying it out, and we got one of these lights. So, Teamennett Bennett certainly back here and again. But you know what this is all about? This ain't about me, Commissioner Ben. This is about you. How your team's doing, how would they do last week, how'd they do this week, how they're going to do in the future. Let's find out in this week's Power Rankings. Let's do it. Okay, well, we're back here with another week, and of course, let's get right in these power rankings. But first, have to mention, of course, Seahawks win, baby! Yeah! Seahawks won in another close contest against the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings should have kicked the ball. Instead, they opted to go for it on 4th and 1 and proved to be their undoing. Their demise, in fact. What are you going to do? But let's get into these here power rankings, shall we? Why don't we just jump right in? Descending order from the top. Top is actually at the bottom. Descending order from the worst to the best to the worst. 10th place to the first place. So 10th place team, we have the Cream Dudes. Let's hear it for them or not. The Cream Dudes, Adam's team is coming in at 10. They didn't really perform all that great, scoring 89.5 points this week. They had Jonathan Taylor and Jared Cook on their bench, who respectfully put up about 25 points combined. So that's not a whole lot, but had they played those two guys instead of Dalton Schultz, and a Joe Burrow, unfortunately Joe Burrow really didn't do a whole lot for you. Had the tight end running back been replaced, get Clyde Edwards-Helaire out of there, Cream Dudes would have come up with the victory. So it was pretty close. He could have swapped some stuff and gotten the win. Fortunately, he didn't. He'll be moving on this week, hoping to get a win against Lil Russ X. I know we're all very much looking forward to seeing who comes out on top of that one. We move on, though, to the 9th place team. The 9th place team here is the Adventures of Robinson Kelso. And I'll tell you, I'm having a great time watching Tanner's team. He'll be the first to tell you his team scored the most points of any team over the course of the first 5 weeks. More points than anyone. If you remember last week's video, I kind of, was poking fun a little bit, saying that the only people he's lost to have ultimately scored the most points of anyone that given week. Well, spoiler alert, it happened again. Main man Bennett back here and again. Commissioner Ben of Bennett's house. More on that team later, I'm sure. Scored the most points this week, but we'll let sleeping dogs lie. He's going up against Team Robs this week in a must-win affair. Will the streak continue? Should we expect Evan's team to score the most points of anyone this week? I don't know. Time will have to tell on that one. Let's move on, though, to the next team here on the list is the 8th place team. And the 8th place team is Master Cook. That's right. Allen's team taking a precipitous fall. He was but so high. Here are some notes that I wrote for Allen's team here. Heavy lies the crown upon Allen's head. The once proud Master Cook was looking up towards prominence. Unfortunately, like the Jeffersons moving on up to the east side of the deluxe apartment in the sky, all was not good on the Western Front. When you have two running backs and your defense combined for 65 points, you should win. But when Amari Cooper and Terry McLaurin and some other guy combined for 8.5 points, you will certainly lose. Allen is on a 3-game losing streak, and this week he's taking on Michael. So it's a Cook family reunion, family affair. One of them is going to win and one of them will surely lose. I look forward to finding out which one. Let's move on to the 7th place team. The 7th place team in these rankings is Lil Russ X. That's right, Lil Russ X. Moving on up multiple slots here. He snagged a very scary close win against Master Cook. Won by 1 point, I think. Right? And his defense, which was the Bills, scored -3 points. Usually that's not going to mean you're going to do very good there, Whitdo. But turns out he did prevail. Methinks he got quite lucky in this, but who is to say? Either way, good win. And we'll see how Lil Russ X handles himself and his team moving forward against the Cream Dudes, who are currently at the bottom of the pile. We shall see what happens. But why don't we move on, keep this train a-rolling to the 6th place team. The 6th place team on this list is AB Unworn Helmet. That is right, Samuel Craig the Parker. Great team. He's got that Russell Wilson, MVP Russ playing great with the DK Metcalfs of the world and so on and so forth. Mr. Unlimited. In Russ, I trust personally, but is Russell enough for Samuel's team to prevail? Well, that is to be determined. Very much to be determined. He's currently 2-3 and is kind of on a slippery little downslope here. I do believe that this team, if they make it to the fantasy playoffs, will be prime to be one of the more successful options. But I think that there might be a little bit more that he will have to cook up in order to get some wins. I know this week in particular, he's going up against one of the best. He's going up against me, Commissioner Ben back here and again in Bennett's house, and think he'll need a lot of help. Russell Wilson's on a bye week too, so I don't really have to worry about going up against my guy in a fantasy sense. So I appreciate that. Thank you for the bye week gods above. But you know what? Let's move on. Samuel, you got every opportunity in the world to make it right. 2-3. I think you're doing okay. We move on to the 5th place team. That's 5 on you. That's 5 on it is Team Robs. That's right. Team Robs in the first of the 3-2 teams here. My brother Evan. Daryl Henderson is proving to be quite good, getting 19.5 points. AJ Green, 0 points. So you got to take what you can get on that one. He left Brandon Cooks on the bench, and Brandon Cooks cooked himself up 26 points. It's a lot of points. Leave on your bench there. But did it even matter, though? And the answer is no, it didn't. Evan and Team Robs got the win with 102.5 points, which would have lost to every team this week except for his opponent. So there you go. Michael's team did have a catastrophic setback, horrific injury to Dak Prescott. No one wishes that upon anybody, so he'll have to figure something out. This week, though, Evan's team takes on the adventures of Robertson Kelso in what I can only call a must-win game. I would think that Team Robs has a pretty high likelihood of scoring the most points this week, just based on the track record of who goes up against. He who should go up against Tanner is sure to score a lot of points. Are we going to keep that train rolling, keep history alive, or will something have to change? I think there might be a change in the horizon. Methinks that I don't know. But why don't we move on to the 4th place team? 4, bang, bang, bang. The 4th place team on this list, this is when it's getting real, okay? The 4th place team is the Bongtown Herbologists. That's right. That is correctamundo, Andrew. That's Brown Bear coming in there with the 4th place squad. His team's 3-2, scored 109 points. Mike Davis looking like he's doing some things, scored 24.5 points. Left A.J. Brown on the bench. A.J. Brown got 17.5 points. It's pretty good. It's a pretty good amount of points there. And even though 5 of his players were on a bye week and Christian McCaffrey is out, he still got the win. So that was a very tough week to try and get a win there, and he got it. Now, they did beat up on, Cook's tight end Emporium, who has had a change of heart, change of name. It's now the Dak Prescott Memorial Team, as the name suggests. Obviously, he's got Dak Prescott. we'll see what happens here. Michael got killed, and his chances of redemption move forward in an interesting way. But Andrew won. Andrew's in 4th place this week. Let's hear it for him. Why don't we move on to the more pressing matters, more important things at hand? Let's move to the 3rd place team. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3rd place team is Bennett's house, baby. That's right. That's right. You are correct, sir. You are correct. Let's hear it for me. Hear it for me. I'm moving up. I'm also still just 3 and 2. Not a very crazy stat there, but I did score the most points this week. Let's cue the applause track. Which applause track am I gonna use this time? A recital clap? Golf clap? Maybe full on a stadium uproar? One of them. I'm sure I'll use one of them. Maybe the loons. I'll use the loons on this one. I don't, we already spent enough time here. Bennett's house scored 140 points. Kyler Murray, DeAndre Hopkins. Still haven't even really played Michael Thomas. He's got a bye week this week, but he's going to come back with a vengeance. So my team's looking primed to just keep on keeping on, going whap whap. But enough about me. Let's move on to the top ranked teams this week. Moving on to the 2nd place team on this list is the Dak Prescott Memorial team, who did get the loss. Michael was enjoying his 1st place slot for a while. He dropped from 1st to 2nd. He was in 1st. Now he's in 2nd place. He only scored 71.5 points. We can't even really fault him. I mean, obviously, the Dak Prescott thing, it's huge. It's a big negative, big question mark to his team moving forward. But that's not the only one. He's got the 49ers defense, gave him a -1 point. Devin Singletary only got 2.5 points, leaving people like Mike Williams on the bench who put up almost 25 points. So there's other problematic confusions. Some confusions in this equation for young Michael, but I think that he can figure it out. This week, let's see. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Hunter Renfrow, Alvin Kamara, all on a bye week, and his quarterback is all jacked up. This will be a very interesting week for Michael. He went from being just like cock of the walk, King Dick, to you have to make some moves. You have to figure something out. So best of luck with that. And he still has Kittle, still has Ertz, still has a lot of good pieces. But we're not even halfway to China yet. He's got plenty of time to figure it out. He's got a very good record at the 4-1 mark. We'll see what happens. But why don't we move on, of course, to what we're all here for, the number one. The number one best. The very best team in the league, if you ask me. If I run for the money, how close can I get? I don't know. Okay, that's probably too close. But the number one team is Team Souza, baby. Let's hear it for Corey. Hear it for the Corey. Let's hear it for the Corey. Let's hear it for the boys. Take the word boys out. Put the word Corey in. 131 points. Scoring a lot of points throughout the, from the beginning of the year to now. He's just kind of figured it out. And I hate to say it, but did you know that Adam Thielen is the number one ranked fantasy wide receiver? Did you know that? Well, now you know that. Number one. And who is Corey's quarterback? Happens to be Patrick Mahomes, who's going to be top 5 even if he doesn't even play. He's still going to be top 5. So, Corey's got a real team. I think that now that we're over a month into football, and there's been injuries, there's been COVID stuff, there's been whatevers. We can see whose teams are who, where the trends are trending, and Corey has been trending up, 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 and I think he will continue to do just that. So congrats to Corey. This is your moment. We'll see how long this moment lasts, because I'm coming for you. Coming for you, big dog. But, that's all I got for today, boys. Thanks for tuning in, of course. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Or you probably haven't. Commissioner Ben, of course, signing off. And go Hawks.